Okay, you probably can hear my breathing, so let's get this show on the road. And as you can probably figure out, I will be playing Darklands for MS-DOS, and I'm actually using the Dosbox in order to play it on a relatively modern computer. So let's just switch to Dosbox and begin the game. This is an old game. It's available on Good Old Games, or what you call it, GOG, for a few bucks. I'm actually playing the CD-ROM version, which I believe is actually the same that you can purchase from the Good Old Games. And let us just take a moment to marvel this fantastic, almost full motion video intro, while I'll drink my H2O, that you Americans might call vodka. And little bit graphical errors there. There are some strange issues while I'm using the open broadcast software and Darklands. Sometimes you won't see the text and that sort of thing, but those are temporary bugs that shouldn't bother us too much. Cleavage.
Welcome to Darkland.
Oh yeah. Radio about those glitches. Hold on. Yes, a bit of a problem there. And any key also doesn't work right now. So that's the first thing that could go wrong, went wrong probably. And I will just check that the stream is working while I am rebooting the system. So let's find the Dosbox again. And this time we won't look at her cleavage. Maybe it will work then. Maybe. So let us switch back to the Dosbox there. I'm still a little bit of lost how to operate these many windows that I have to operate while doing this, but hopefully I don't have to do too much of that. So shh. And yeah, skipping the intro, it's the hard part, because you actually never know at which point you can skip it. Usually it's before the first gargoyle sets off, and yes, there we go. And there's a way to quick start, and there's a way to custom create your characters. But since this is our first test stream and creating the characters takes quite a long time, we will be using the quick start, and we will be adding custom party members throughout this fantastic adventure. But at the start we are just going to be lazy and select a quick start. You gather round the comfortable fire at the Shiprin in the city of Rinsburg. Then we are agreed, asked Gretsch. We will swear this pact of loyalty to achieve justice and glory for all. And everybody nods. You all swear a pact as blood brothers to seek good and avoid evil, and to bring everlasting honor and glory to your names. Yes, and apologies to anybody who speaks German. I cannot pronunciate these things. It's like shitburger and Würzburger and that sort of stuff. So I will just mumble at these names. Okay. You look around at each other. Now that we have a goal, Gretsch remarks wryly, how shall we achieve it? Let's visit the market and the guilds in search of a better equipment and more training, suggests Günther. I've also heard that the churches and monasteries may take on as students. Once we find some teachers, we can just stay here, work at various things until the money runs low. Bit hard to read there, at least from my monitor, when these things overlap, so maybe I'm a colorblind or something, I don't know. Or maybe I have just problem reading. And once again everybody nods. A wise plan, remarks Hans. But why not take action now? Thieves infest the back streets here at night. We can gain repute, experience and a bit of plunder by eliminating this scum. Let us also listen to rumors and visit the marketplace to learn about the task that the merchants might have for us. There is an unhappy look on Ebhard's face. Ebhard? Really? Don't we need fine armor and good weapons? Maybe the scale of one of two valuable items. Actually, this font is really hard to read right now, so maybe the sale of one of two valuable items would give us the funds to help everybody here. I am loath to venture into the dangerous countryside without good equipment. After discussing these issues, you decide to read them out loudly and with very bad pronunciation. Yes, basically the main interaction that you do outside the battle is done through these text menus. And it's a bit of a dull looking thing, but it actually makes possible that you have options that would not be possible if you would actually be interacting with a character. Or at least it would be very hard to include them into the game. So, let's spend some time here in this tavern and... Oh, now the music kicks in. And let's just listen around if we find anything useful. So there is a curfew, which is a bad thing if you want to move in the main street during the night time. Let's see if... nothing interesting. And it's a little bit dull around these spots. Let's see if we... nothing to hear. Okay, there's that plan. One of the characters said that you could take up residence, work and study and all that stuff, but actually when you start you don't have enough money to do that. So basically the best options that you can do is to go and shop around for few items and then either leave the town or start killing the bandits. Let's see, let's go to the side street because there are few things that I believe that we will need for this adventure. And as you can see, there are a whole lot of places where we can go, but eventually we go everywhere, so let's not worry about all of things right now. We are looking for, let's see, not that one, the side streets. And probably we don't have enough money for armor, and it's not that important right now because probably we are fighting bandits and small scum before we get to the really bad enemies. But less violent pursuits, because first thing we want is a lockpick. And there's nothing there. God damn it. Let's take a look at the everyday items. There's candle, iron spike and a harp. None of them are especially useful right now. Let's see, the foreign traders. They usually sell cheap weapons that are good at the beginning, but do I have enough money for the lockpick? No. Okay, that's a problem. Then if we can't buy a lockpick, then we need a rope. But none of those foreign traders or merchants of everyday items didn't sell any ropes, so we are kind of screwed here. So, we go to the side streets and find a place where we can rest for a while and wait that the sun goes down. So, to the scenic grove. And here is another thing that is quite important. The time goes on when you do things like rest and heal and move on the map. And that could become a huge problem when your characters come older. Basically, if you start like a 40-year-old character and you travel a lot by foot and have to heal a whole lot, like healing from a really bad battle might take 2 weeks if you have members of party that are not capable of healers. And that really eats up your time, and by the end of your adventure your character might be so old that he is useless. So try to minimize the time that you are healing and moving without horses. But that said, I actually have no options right now, so let's wait until the nightfall. And we want to avoid the main street, because as we previously read, there's a curfew, and if the town guards catch us, we have to pay a fine or fight them, which is a really bad thing, because if we kill the guards, we are not allowed back here. And probably we'd lose a fight with them, because they're armored dudes, and we are just... Let's see actually what we have right now. Okay, the Gretsch has a pretty decent gear. Let's see about her stats. She is about average. Her perception is not that good. Okay, with the edged weapon, but let's see. Oh, bad healing skills, that's not good. And quite good stealth. That's big common. She's actually, yes, she's our leader, and a leader needs a good speaking skills. Then let's see what Gunda has. No killer mustache there, so he's good with the impact weapons and missile weapons. That is interesting. And let's see if he has any special kills. He knows his way around the woods. That's the woodwise skill. Important when you're camping. And let's see. Okay, he's good with alchemy. That's nice. And with artifacts, he can like pick locks and that sort of thing. Let's see actually what he has on. So he has some alchemic potions and oils that you can apply to your characters and weapons. And let's see, he has a crossbow, but let's see, Quarrelton. Okay, that could be a problem, that he has no close range weapons right now. And Ephard, he's hard. He's Eb. He's Ephard. And let's see, Ephard is good with a flailing weapon, and he's religious and virtuous, so he can praise saints to help our characters, and he is a good healer. So Ephard of Akendorf, or Akdorf, is a valuable member of the party. And as you can see, there is a free slot here, like in all their Final Fantasy games. This is actually a guest slot. We can get a NPC player here that we can control, that will not stay during the whole adventure, but will be with us at least sometime. So... oh yeah, let's go to the docks, because if there is a bad guy somewhere, it's between dark streets and docks. Okay, here we see our actual battle map. Here are our characters. You can see that, let's see if I can remember how they were, that one of these is strength and one of them is endurance. And when when strength goes to 0, you're dead, but when the endurance goes to 0, you are knocked out. And usually the battles end when you're knocked out, but if you do not heal after them and go to another fight, then you could run out of strength, which will kill you. And if we look at our menu here, we can give orders here and look at the enemies, like, yes, there are bandits there. We can flee towards, walk towards, or stop, we can surrender. And here are the attack commands. If we have like potions that we can throw, it's of course the throw command. Then we have standard attack, vulnerable attack. I believe that is like if your opponent is heavily armored, you try to make precision attacks, like critical attacks, and do not distribute that much damage over time, but you rely to hit those critical hits. And then there is Berserk, which is basically opposite of that one, that you just try to deal as much damage as possible. And then there's Parry, which is a little more defensive. You won't do that much damage, but you actually won't take that much damage either. And then there are missile weapons like bows, crossbows, and flintlock rifles. And basically that is pretty much that we can do right now. When we explore this game further, we will get into situations where we can use these other things, but let's find the guy with it was Hans, right, that had the missile. Yes, he has the missile. So we will move this guy here while the Hans tries to shoot the first guy, and these guys will just wait there for a while. And let us hope that Hans get actually 2 shots in. No. So let's take on that guy and that guy, and let's help the lady, all with their normal attacks. Oh yeah, that crossbow really takes a whole lot of time to reload. Let's see. He cannot shoot anyone from there, so we will order him to walk towards there where he probably can use the... No. He's completely useless right now, so let's move him there. Let's see, Kretsch is not doing that well right now, but nothing critical there. Okay, and you will help Kretsch there. God damn it. Hans, do something useful. Actually, that is pretty stable fight, so let's help. Okay. Some good blows there. And we get some loot, which we'll distribute to Hans, because he's not carrying any weapons, and I cannot remember how the load system works here, so he gets squirrel, some cheap swords, leather things, and I believe that you cannot sell clothing, so we will just leave that. And we raise our weapon skills there, and it was victory. As you catch your prey, common folk come into the streets and thank you. Bless you, noble travelers, says the old porter. These dogs were terrorizing our neighborhood. Little do these people know that we killed them just to get little bit of money in order to buy more efficient killing tools. And here we can see that we have been taking a bit of damage. Hans, that is our missile guy who uses the crossbow. He didn't get any hits, so he's okay. But The others took a bit of damage. Nothing major there. And we probably can take on another fight with these bandits before we have to consider resting and healing. So let's go back to the side streets and let's see if we can get to the churches. Not the main square, not the university. And back to the side streets and... Ah yes, another ambush. Let's see if we can fire a missile from here. No, we probably should be changing the marching orders. So... walk there. Now shoot the missile. Yes, and you will get there. And of course you miss. Why would you hit when your load time is forever? And yes, you start. And these thinner bars are the enemy health, or the enemy stats. So somebody just died. And let's see if we can get one shot in there. No. And because Hans didn't do anything useful, he has to carry all the equipment that we find, like quarrel, useless swords and some leather vests. And let's see, Kretz is really picking up her swordmanship skills, which is nice. And as you stand back from the now motionless bodies, window opens, and people cheer your victory. An old, dignified woman comes up to you. Our thanks, stranger, for stopping these scum. We are finally free of their robberies and beatings. So let's just heal a bit and then we will end this episode. Or actually, can I heal here? I cannot remember. Let's see. Oh yeah, I cannot actually heal here, so that kind of sucks. So let us head to the main gates and no, actually we are going to sell all the junk that we actually got from there. So marketplace, and let's sell all our crap to foreigners. So let's see. Actually, if we wanted that lockpick, we could actually sell some stuff that Hans has, those potions, which are quite valuable. But let's see how much we get from these. Foreign traders have no problem of buying leather clothes that are full of stab wounds and blood. But who am I to judge? So yeah, we didn't actually get anywhere near the amount that we would need for a lockpick, so... And I believe that it's not very wise thing to sell those things, because we wouldn't get enough money either way, so... We will leave this town and search for our fortune somewhere else. Probably I could go and check how much the horses cost, but I'm not gonna do that, because I believe I do not have enough money. Oh yeah, one of these bars is actually your virtuosity, like divine favor was. Yes, divine favor. When you pray, you actually use this meter, so it's sort of a magic meter. And all the enemies have them. None of the enemies uses prayers, so that is pretty of a strange thing that they have left that to the enemies also. So, since we are not wanted, actually let's see our status before we leave here. So we are respected in this town, right here, and like in another towns we are unknown, which is not a good thing, but it's definitely not a bad thing either. When we are respected in this town, we will get easily through the main gates, and merchants give us quests and that sort of thing. We will probably come back to this town in the next episode, but right now we will end this episode of getting out of the gates and healing our party members. So, when in the overworld we can actually camp, and as you can see when I move, the time icon reacts to that, so time passes when you are moving. And in this camp menu we can actually do something. So he relaxes, he guards the camp, and we spend night doing that. So yes, it was our stamina that was low, and if we would have lost strength, then we would use the regain strength option, which is same as healing. And if your party member has a good healing ability like Heart has, it does not take that much time to heal. So let us save here. And see you next time. Perhaps not.